We are back here at my place in upstate New York to clear out the house, bring the Roadrunner back. Man, is it beautiful. Here we go, old girl. Hell yeah. What a charmer. Cranking up like that. Chipmunk, what are you doing up there? What are you doing up there, homie? Crazy guy. What are you doing in there? Hell yeah. Wildcat, you bad girl, you. Purring along, sounding good. Take you for a little spin. Give you some exercise. Take a nice little spin here. Give her some exercise before we're back to get her. So as we're cruising here, just listening, making sure it's going through the gears, sounds good, which it does. No misfires, nothing irregular. It's kind of making sure she's still good to go. So when I come back to get her, might road trip her across the country, might get a trailer. We'll see what happens. I think I'm gonna take Hefty Coronet for a road trip across the country, but we'll see too. Right now, Wildcat sounds good, feels good. Here's the Roadrunner. She is coming with us, Salt Lake. All while I'm fixing an issue that I've had on the Super Bee since I got it. The lower ball joint and everything was hanging down really low and causing the wheel to always be facing outward with really bad outward toe. So this bolt here on the rear side is missing, so we're gonna put one in. So here you can see where the missing bolt is on this lower ball joint arm, and we're gonna get one in there, so this way, as I knock rust into my face, that will no longer be able to drop down, which is then causing this passenger wheel to rotate outward and giving it really bad toe, aka steering. So now the wheels are both aligned straight. Let's get this car pushed out and into that garage bay. This car does steer. Let's get the window open here. Give us a little bit more room to play. All right, wheels on. Door shut's nice, that's a good thing. Let's get back here and push against all this stuff. Get us some movement. Look at those raccoon paw prints there. Okay. We're moving her. Let's get to the other garage. There we go. We're moving. Out of the way. There we go. Sweet. Got her out. Now let's just get it in there. Got us a nice little wheel turn action here, and let's get her into place. Let's keep pushing back here. Here we go. Yeah. Hell yeah. Perfect. Like a pro. Now this car does have 440 block in the engine bay, no transmission, rear axle housing, no third member, partial interior, but it looks like we're going in. Oh, just barely hit. Perfect. Beautiful. Hell yeah, Super Bee. Welcome to where you should be. In a garage. Hell yeah. Little muscle for a muscle car. That's one big movement done right there. I wanted her in there, get her out of the elements. Now let's get two-door 330 over here. Our next mission is getting two-door 330 over to the spot where the Super Bee just came from. Let's get a little bit of air in this tire and we'll go for it. You might be wondering, Frank, why do you do all this stuff by yourself? I don't know, I guess I'm crazy. I just kind of like the challenge of being able to do something that doesn't seem possible. Look at that, satisfying. Raise that tire up. Don't got a lot of time here to mess around. Got a lot of work to do. Get ourselves back to Salt Lake. It's probably taken 50 years, but amazingly the sidewall is finally cracked through and you can hear it. So we got to work a little bit faster, but that's all right. We'll get her over there. All right, our 2-door 413 Max Wedge car. Not a factory Max Wedge, but it does have a 413 long block sitting in the trunk of this car if you've seen my earlier videos. And steering does work enough to move it around. So let's get her into position. I'm thinking we come back here and hook a left straight that way. Wish me luck. Get her moving rearward. Oh yeah. Car hasn't moved from this spot in about 2 years. Let's keep it on the concrete. If we can, so it's level. Start moving that way. There we go. Alright. Let's bring it back and straighten it out. Tire went flat again. There we go. Come on. Almost there. Let's bring her into place. On this tire. Whew. All right. A little bit of elbow grease. A little bit of American muscle for some American muscle. And she's in there. Super B's in there. Feeling good. Now we're gonna get the Roadrunner together. I wanna get my trunk and hood back on it, because it's gonna sit on a trailer, an open trailer, driving across the country. Probably gonna get rained on. Hate that, but it is what it is. Oh, country life. Someday again, I'll have a country type house. We'll get there. Right now, we're focusing on car building. Someday though, I'll have some cool stuff like this again. A cool ass country house with all this space to have my cars. Just wish I could take this place with me to Salt Lake. So now we have the fun of disassembling all of my cool badass garage decorations, getting all my stuff out, even up there in the ceiling, fenders and bumpers and boxes and tools and more car parts. Already packed up the trunk of the Roadrunner pretty good. I got an engine stand, 2 fender stands, some oil and all sorts of other stuff in case it gets wet, things that don't really matter too much. Got to get the trunk back on it, get the hood back on it. This fender will go in the moving truck because it's got bare metal and it's not going to let it rust. And then yeah, just got to get all the rest of this stuff packed up in a day. We can do it, I hope. Not done yet, but it already looks so sad. Some of the decorations down, empty. So I finally made it home with my rig. It's a big truck, diesel too. Gonna back her down the driveway, then get the Roadrunner stage to load it. All right, just getting her back down the driveway. Been a little bit of maneuvering getting to this point, but not bad. My driving skills seem to have stayed pretty good. Hell yeah. Makes Big Bob look small. Truck is here, back her down the driveway, and we'll be able to pull the Roadrunner right up. This kind of little drop-off angle here will probably help getting the car up here onto the ramp too, because it's riding a little low right now, especially with all the extra stuff I put in the back of it. Should be pretty good now. Time to start loading. Trailer's dropped, truck's over there. Let's get the Roadrunner out so I can get stuff out from the top of the garage. Almost forgot that in order to get the car out of here, I have to hook up my ghetto gas tank underneath to the fuel line, because there is no gas tank under here because I've just been doing the trunk. So get that connected, then we can start it up. Watch the angle of the dangle. Here we are. Fuel's hooked up. Let's crank her up. All right, Roadrunner. It's been like 4 or 5 months probably. Might take a minute to get some fuel up to the carburetor. Hey-o! Come on, old girl. There we go. Oh yeah. It's running on her own. Perfect. Love this car. Hell yeah. Let's get her out and go test and make sure it'll go up the ramp really good with the angle, because the car's sitting a little low. Just want to make sure it goes up that car hauler good. Pile of new cool stuff for the Roadrunner and other cool car parts I've got stored up here in the loft. Here's a fender for the Super B, all down, and we can get all this stuff from the top of here down and get all the tools packed up and loaded into the truck. It's a moving crew when you got 2 legs. That's right. As is tradition, car parts go in the truck first, because that's the most important stuff, right? Getting all the essentials laid on in here. Let's see how this goes. Believe it or not, that's about 3/4 of the garage right there. And we still got a whole bunch of the moving truck still open. All right, so it started raining and Alex has been kicking ass here, helping me out, getting shit loaded up. And we're gonna get the car on the trailer because screw it, throw a tarp on it. Way too many boxes in there still to mess around with, and I just don't want to have the car in and out. So we'll get it on the trailer, and then it'll be done and sitting there. So let's do it. Just get her into position here. It's a little slick over here, so we had to spin a little rubber to get her up. But she's on. The car is on, and it looks like it didn't scrape on the bottom here where I was worried about. So sweet. All right, covered. You guys know how OCD I am about my cars and keeping them. Even though I'm about to restore this thing, I still want to keep it nice. All right, now the car is loaded up. At least that's out of the way. And now I can focus on getting the rest of the stuff out of the garage. I'm gonna try not to make an ass of myself riding up this wet, slick ramp in the mini bike, but it's the stylish way to do it. I haven't started this in a few months. Choke. There we go. Had this thing since I was 11 years old. This is the 3rd engine. We got rid of all the car parts from the top storage zone here in the garage, except for a couple boxes there. Most of those, believe it or not, are empty boxes. Whenever I buy stuff, I keep the extra boxes because I'm a cheesy adult and I go, oh, that's a good box, I could use that someday. And I move a lot, as you know. So I'll fill those with the rest of these random scattered car parts and get that truck filled up. But the truck is really not that full so far. Pretty happy. About 3/4 of the way full in this truck. And of course it's raining. Holy shit, do I got a lot of shit. Sad to see it, but she's empty. Garage is empty. And holy crap, this truck is full, like all the way to the end up. You can't really see it, but what a crazy 2 or 3 days this has been. Goodbye, garage. It was great, but it's time for a new place. New chapters. Truck is packed. Let's hit the road. This is gonna be fun. Holy crap, it's fine. It's 11:30 at night on Friday, May 15th, and we're finally on the road and moving. And yeah, that took a while. So it is 12:30 at night, and just left an hour ago from the house and trying to get out of New York tonight, and it's really foggy. I don't know if you can see it. We've got the Roadrunner chilling back there, looking like Two-Face. This big ass truck filled all the way to the top of the stuff. And it's time to fuel up and then see what happens. So I had to tag in my mom because I am officially exhausted. It's like 2 in the morning and we're here in kind of end of New York near Pennsylvania, and it's really foggy and nasty. But we will continue.